So the MasterTech Ultimate Superminis are making their way back out onto the circuit now. They're going to be starting our race 3 for us. We should get the grid up on the screen for you very soon. And here it is. So Chris Cheshire will be leading the way. Mike Edwards in second position with Reese Stevenson in third. Jacob Jaeger, is that
Jaeger?
Yeah, Jacob Jaeger there in fourth position. Reese Stevenson again in third, gone backwards there. Mike Smallbones in fifth place. Simon Chambers in sixth. Dean Bednarax in seventh position. Stephen Tempest in eighth on the number 2 machine. 53.456 for that one. Go through. Sean Strudwick there in 9th position, Tony Thomas in 10th, Glenn Jones in 11th, and then Aaron Howe, the number 12, no time set on a 470 bike. So let's see what we can get for this one as the riders line their way up onto the grid.
Yeah, should be a good race this one, despite being the B group.
We've got 2 groups for this one, do we?
Yes, so Chris Cheshire, we believe, is on pole position, which is the 6 bike on the right hand side of your screen. The 53 of Mike Edwards is in second on the left. You can see the 10 there of Jacob Jaeger. And Reese Stevenson will be behind the 6. Up go the green flags, and away we go. It's a good start from the front row of the grid. The inside line goes to the 53 and takes the lead. That's Mike Edwards. Great start from him.
Yeah, Chris Cheshire there did cross the line first for the timing being, but again couldn't quite get it into the hook there, and slots back in second position. But a very vibrant there, one-piece leather race suit there for your race leader at the moment, Mike Edwards, as he heads down now through the Lancaster curve. And the 23, Reese Stevenson, he's up in third position at the moment, I believe. Yeah, he's doing well for one of the younger riders.
He is indeed. Good start from everyone. We have no spills so far. They're coming out onto the hang straight for the first time. Mike Edwards, you can't miss him.
No, you can't miss him, and of course you can't miss Reese Stevenson, because he's definitely one of the smaller riders out there, but of course just as quick as he's demonstrating now for us as we cross the line. 52.431 from Mike Edwards, and I'd say Reese Stevenson under pressure from Jacob Jaeger there. So Jacob Jaeger all over the back of Stevenson as they go through the hook and down into the braking zone, into the middle part of the circuit now. But we're back with your race leaders, Mike Edwards and Chris Cheshire. There's the battle for third place as well. So just to see where he can try and make a move. This seems to be the favourite spot to do it, into the braking zone before the Spitfire straight, just to see what they can do. But we're back with the race leaders. Bit of a wheelie there from the 53 of Mike Edwards. Trying to copy a certain rider that we know always likes to pop wheelies out of corners. Can you name that rider? Let us know in the comments. But we definitely know who that is. 11 laps to go as we head down into the braking zone of the hairpin. A bit squirrely there from Mike Edwards as they're struggling to stop the bike. A bit of a train forming though from third place backwards. So you've got Reese Stevenson, Mike Smallbones and Jacob Jaeger. I think Jacob Jaeger missed the timing beat because he's still there actually in fourth position.
Yep, you can zoom there on your screens on the number 10 bike, chasing down Reese Stevenson in third. They are very, very close together. Our lead 2 slightly more separated than these 3, although it's still very close with them.
Yeah, so only half a second between Edwards and Cheshire, and it's a bit of a gap, 2.9 seconds to then this group of 3, Stevenson, Jaeger and Smallbones as they go through. Stevenson not cracking under pressure, holding these guys behind them, just see what he can do as we go into the back straight now, the hanger straight into the final corner. Can he still hold them up under braking? Yes, he can. So, but how long can he hold them off for? Is he going to hold off for the rest of the race, do you think, Jacob?
He's certainly doing a good job of it so far. It'd be interesting to see how these battles develop, the front 2 and the 3 behind them, because so far we've had 2 or 3 laps and nothing's happened. I'd imagine that the riders are out there picking their battles and wondering where they can go faster than their competitors at the minute.
Of course, and it comes to looking after the times as well, who can let's say keep them in check and not grade them too much. It's, again, tyres are crucial. I'm not sure how long these tyres can last, if they can last a couple of races or so. It's, that's beyond my knowledge. I should really ask someone, actually. Say, how long can these tyres last? How long can you race on them for? Is it a couple of races, a couple of rounds, or a couple of laps? It's, one of those, let's see. But still 53, Mike Edwards leading the way, 4 laps down, 8 laps to go. But Cheshire is all over the back of him, though. Say 8 laps to go on this one as we see them head down into the middle part of the circuit now. Do you think that in this one, of course this is the B race for this one, do you reckon in terms of lap times that they're that different you can see them out there? Do you think they're running
I don't think so. They're a little bit slower obviously than the A race, but I think when the racing gets going, you're up against each other, pushing each other. Into the Dell comes Chris Cheshire, and I think he's got it done. He has got it done. That's a great move up into the inside of the Dell, and onto the hanger straight now. Chris Cheshire leads Mike Edwards. Oh, Edwards comes back at him.
Down into the braking
Thinks
zone.
better of him.
Yeah, he can't quite do it that time, but that just shows that he's right there with the pace still, so he's not backing down from it. And are we going to see a potential move here into the hook? No, not this time. Not that close. So Cheshire now leads the way from Edwards at the front, and Cheshire is also the faster rider out there, but I'd say only by 0.3 of a second, so not a big gap. And let's see if Edwards can hold on to that. He had the better start off the line, of course, at the start of the race, managing to get through. But let's just see what we can do as we go again onto the Spitfire straight. And there's Reece Stevenson's as well, with Jaeger very close behind him. Looks like Smallbones has actually dropped off slightly from the back of these two. Quite keep up the pace, but let's just see what Stevenson can do against Jaeger as we go on to the hanger straight again. Long straight here, tucking in now, trying to get that slipstream. I would definitely say that Stevenson's got the advantage here because he can make himself a lot smaller and really tuck into that bike, try and get much airflow as he can. But out of the final corner into the hook. Again, it just looks like there was a slight move there, and there it is. That's Jaeger in front of Stevenson. Absolutely sent it down the inside of the hook. Pinpoint precision there from Jaeger.
Yeah, a classic move into the hook. The right-hander of the hook is very nearly flat out in certain conditions, and you carry more speed through there. You have more to take off in the second part, but it works for an overtaking manoeuvre if you can position your bike in front of the other one at that point.
Yeah, if you can position it like spot on and try and get that second apex, really tuck it in, because it really is. I'd say, me looking at it, that second part of the hook is so tight, and you've really got to slow the bike down almost to a stop.
Yeah, so the way Jaeger did it would not have been the quickest way. If he did that on his qualifying lap, the exact way he did, he would get nowhere near the front. But because he's got himself in front of Stevenson at that point, there's nothing Stevenson can do but concede the position.
Exactly that. So there we go with 5 laps to go. Position changes all around. Cheshire is still leading from Mike Edwards. Jaeger now in third. Reece Stevenson's holding on to that 4th place though, and still very close behind. He's not letting Jaeger get away. This seemed like a very ambitious, out of nowhere move, didn't it? So I think definitely Stevenson's going to try and get that back. And there's the gap. He's still right behind him from the back. But this is your battle for the lead. Edwards on Cheshire. Edwards again is holding on to that advantage, trying to find anywhere he can to try and make that move back on Cheshire. As we go across the line, 4 laps to go into the hook now. As they hook it in to the hook. Back on that infield straight now as they go through, as they've appeared outside the back of a van on our screen.
We're back to the battle with third now. You can see Jaeger and Stevenson. There's little one. And through they come, through McQuarters. Stevenson keeping with him. I think both these battles have got a bit of life left in them yet.
Oh yeah, there's still definitely room for potential here, as we can see.
And in fact, at the front, Mike Edwards is right up on the back. We're going to have to look into hanger straight.
Oh, he is right behind him, isn't he? Ooh, he's going to try and get him under brake in there. He looked to try and go to the inside. Couldn't quite do it. Just see, braked a fraction later, but just couldn't quite get it done. As we go into
that gap over the line, Anthony, less than 0.2. You can't get a lot closer than that without actually overtaking them.
Well, exactly that. And there we go. 3 laps to go, and there is a Hyundai. As we go now, but still very close. Cheshire and Edwards as they go through this back end of the circuit. I've forgotten what that corner's called again.
McQuarters.
McQuarters, thank you. I'm going to keep reminding you to tell me all day.
Local steel merchants.
Exactly. So there you go. Into the Dell now. This is where Cheshire made the move on Edwards. He's not managed to return the favour this time, but he is right on that rear wheel as we go onto the back straight. Again under braking, a big weave there, trying to look to the inside. For Edwards on Cheshire, can't quite do it this time though. As we cross the line, 2 laps will remain. There's not much time left to get this move done. I reckon there's going to be a last lap lunch.
It may well be the case of the last lap board causing something within Mike Edwards to come alive. We've seen it before in British mini bikes, we'll certainly see it again.
Oh, it's definitely something that comes alive in me. If I see a last lap board, I definitely go for a move, but it looks like he's all over the back. He probably knows that there's only 2 laps to go as they head round into the Spitfire straight. Now, he's gone for a wider entry line. Is he going to try and cut back onto the inside now into the Dell? No, he can't do it this time. Again, still stays behind, so it's still Cheshire on Edwards. So close, there were 2/10 across the line last lap, so no difference between them whatsoever. It looks like he's got a slightly bad exit though out the Dell though onto the Hanger straight as Edwards. Managed to open that gap up slightly, but as we head across the start-finish line now, it's last lap, so the last lap board will have been out. Has Edwards gone into race mode and dialed it up to 11? Is he going to go for a move at any point on this lap? Let's see as we go into the hairpin now. That's the latter part of the circuit. Again, it just looks like Cheshire's got this under control, doesn't it?
Yeah, Edwards not as close as he has been over the last 2 laps. He may have missed his opportunity, I think.
I did, because there was going to be a move that was going to be on those last laps earlier. But let's see, he's only got 2 more opportunities to do it. It's either into the Dell now, which he's stayed behind for, or a late dive down the inside into the final corner. They're on the back straight now. It's now or never. Is he going to go for a move down the inside? There it is. He has gone for a move down the inside. Oh. They almost make contact. Pushes him out wide. Edwards manages to get in front, but they're side by side across the line. Who's going to take it? I think it's Cheshire. Cheshire takes it by 0.03 of a second.
Yeah, the left-hand kink as you go over the start-finish line benefited Cheshire there, being closer to it. And yeah, took it by 0.03 of a second, Anthony. What a great finish.
That was a great finish, and I said there was only spot there to do it. And there is Reece Stevenson's coming home in 4th position, only just behind Jaeger there. So absolutely brilliant first race for Reece Stevenson's, being promoted up into this class. Of course, he's one of the younger riders before. He's a couple of ages now in the adult classes. So absolutely fantastic to see him first race just off the podium.
Yes, great showing from him, and great showing from our front two as well. Up next, we have the Superminis Race 1A.